But let's talk about how spoiled New England Patriot fans have been with Bill Belichick as their head coach. Shall we? Sean McVay just won the Super Bowl with the Los Angeles Rams, 36 years old, and he's not committing to coaching next year. Wants to spend time with his family. Producer Mike on the podcast said that he feels he could do like what John Gruden did when he stepped away from the game for a little bit, kind of became a broadcaster, did some things, and then came back and coached again. Hopefully no racist emails in between, but could follow that same path. And I'm not knocking Sean McVay. Good for you, man. Enjoy retirement or enjoy your time off if that's what you want. Enjoy the time with your family. But I want to talk to New England Patriot fans for a second. I think it's very important for you to hear this. When you hear these kind of stories, when you hear that Sean McVay at 36 years old, after 4 or 5 years as the coach of the Los Angeles Rams, is not committing to the team next season, does that not tell us how spoiled we've been since the year 2000 and the consistency with Bill Belichick? I was speaking to Lawrence Owen from Colts Law and the Believe in Colts podcast on Tuesday night. And he said, Bill Belichick's one of those things, like there's never a discussion about, is he going to be the coach next year? You just know he is. The guy's 70 years old now. And even now, there was no doubt that Bill Belichick will be back next season. And Bill Belichick's going to start thinking about football the next day. It's a guy who's got 6 Super Bowl championships as a head coach, 2 as a coordinator, 8 rings in total. And yet he's going to grind out the draft. He's going to grind out free agency. He's going to grind out OTAs and mini camp and training camp and another season. And he's probably going to be back in 2023 at 71. And I think there's a lot of Patriot fans that came up with some creative names. Bella Fraud. I think there's going to be a lot of Patriot fans, the same way there's going to be a lot of Patriot fans, I believe, this year, especially if it's Matt Patricia and Joe Judge taking over the offense, that are going to start appreciating what we had as Patriot fans in Josh McDaniels. There's going to be a lot of people who, when Mike McCarthy, let's say, is the coach of the Patriots, are sitting there back going like, oh man, maybe Bill wasn't as bad as we like to insult him. And I know that's not the majority of fans, but we become very complacent as a fan base, very spoiled as a fan base. And Bill Belichick is one of those things we've been spoiled with and became complacent because of it. And I think the Sean McVay not committing to coaching football next year is really what showed me how spoiled we've been.